Good afternoon. I hope you guys doing well. It has been a quiet week as we do not have any Singapore races. So today, let's look into Hong Kong races. Let me bring up the racing form. Okay, race 1 is a maiden race. And okay, let me go back to my method of identifying the winner. Right, so discover who has the fastest timing in the race, check who has the best recent form, and identify which horse that has a good run. Right, these three principles has been my framework, right, to make the selections. Okay, let's take a look at race 1. Since I do not have any records for maiden, normally I'll skip. Right, I'll skip this race. Okay, now let's go to race 2. Okay, race 2 is a 1000 meter race straight course. Alright, this is another very interesting distance, right? As usual, if you notice, right, a lot of possible outsiders that might appear in this kind of races. Nevertheless, let's take a look at what my handicap produce. All right. There's not much record as well. I think I have 1 and 5, but there's not much information I can use here. Not sure if I want to skip this race. Potentially I'll skip, right? I may not bet, but one thing that I'm looking at is number 12. I would like to look at the horse number 12, whether any support or not. Let's bring up some odds. By the way, just a disclaimer, right? So this is not a betting video sharing, right? This is just to show you, how I select those horses, right? Okay, let's look at the fixed odds for number 12. So it's paying 350 in the race, right? So basically it's the favorite in this race, followed by number 1. The next one will be number 1. So it seems like this horse number 12 is heavily supported. And let's bring up number 12 and look at the past record. It's not doing too bad, and I think I know why, because this is the stronger jockey on board, definitely, right? It was ridden by an apprentice jockey, right? So they put Zach on this horse, right? So I think they're pretty serious to make a difference. Okay, let's look at number 1. Number 1 not too bad, is a down class, and also the length beaten is pretty close. Okay, maybe I'll look at number 12 and number 1, right? So yep, I'll just probably take a look, but I might not be playing, right? I just have put in my observation list. Let's move on to race 3. Race 3, okay, if you look at my pick, the fastest horse in the race will be out in the final time. This is my projected timing. I'm looking at 1, 11, 12, and also 14, right? So recent form will be more on number 4, and there's nothing much that stands out, to be honest, except maybe I can look at this one, number 12, right? Again, I don't think it's a good raise to bet. Okay, number 1, 4.4. Number 12, yep, 1 to 10. Oh, it's quite good money. And where's the other one? Number 11 and 12, 14. 11, 12, 14. So 11, 12, and 14. So basically, they are all outsiders. As usual, we are not surprised that like Morera, and also Zach Burton, right? They will be the betting favorite, right? So it's not something surprised me. So if let's say I'm going to put some consideration, I will look at maybe number 12. All right. So let's go and look at the form for 12. And let's see what other people is recommending. Number 12. Yep. So this is a front runner. Right, front runner. Barrier 2. Okay, catch me if you can. All right. Let's see. Number 12. Yes, it's a front runner. Yep. So pace. This is what I projected as well. And will be followed by number 14, also front runner, and also 5, right? So let's see. I hope number 12 might yield a bit good value. So I want to see what the other publication is recommending. 2, 1, 4, 5. So 2. Okay, let's take a look. All right, I will just take note number 12 here. Okay, number 3, number 12. Raise 3, number 12. Yep, used to be racing in Happy Valley and now switch back to ShaTin race course, and one of the run, I think it leads all the way, right? Let's see whether it can duplicate the success this time or not. Okay, now let's move to race 4. Race 4, I think, yeah, so this horse pretty much has the best timing, but again, I still do not have much data in the race. But race 4, number 2, I think worth looking at because of the past performance is pretty good here. And the other one, yeah, there's not much details, right? So again, if you want to take a look, maybe you can consider number 2. Let's bring up the odds. Yep, again, his favorite, right? So it's more or less predicted this horse is a favorite. So the next one would be number 1, and yeah, number 1 is paying 650, and number 8 is a new, if not mistaken, number 8 is a newcomer. Yep, number 8 is a newcomer, so never raced before. So this is something unknown, right? But I think, if not mistaken, I remember this horse win quite easy, right, in the last run. So I would look at it again. All right, so race 4, number 2, I'll take note. Let's see what this race iRace is recommending. Yep, it's number 2. Yeah, last win is really easy, right? So let's hope that yeah, it can win again. Okay, now let's go to race 5. Okay, race 5, my handicaps indicate is 1, 3, and also 5, right? Okay, so 1, 3, 5. Again, I think you guys might not like Zach, but I think this is what generated over here based on the timing. So let's see if yeah, this horse has a good run, but I think it's more on the all-weather track, right? Dated 19th of February. Let's bring up the odds and see who are the favorite here. So number 3, yep, Zach is 460. So Iron King is also another favorite, right? 480. So 14, 3, 5. Yep, and Moreira, of course, right? So let's look at it again. So my pick is 135. 135. 1 and 3. Yep, 3 and 5, right? So 1 is a big outsider. I'll look at 3 and 5 again. So let's bring up the racing form. So yeah, so in this run is all weather track. We recorded a very good timing, right? So the horse finished quite well, and in this race it becomes a front runner for the turf. So I'm not too sure what happened in this race, but yeah, let's put this as one horse to take note. And yep, this one should be pretty good finishing. So I'll look at 3 and 5, right? So just don't forget that there's another horse that got well supported, is 14, but it didn't fall into my radar, right? So number 1, it did, but I think I just don't really like this kind of jockey. Yep. Also, let's take a look at 3 and 5 in this race. Race 6. Oh, race 5, number 1. Interesting. Someone recommending this horse. Right. Anyway, it's just my preference. Right? I just don't like the rider. Right. Nothing wrong with the horse. Right. Just go to race 6 and let's move on to race 6. Race 6. Okay, is 1. And also, oh geez, it's Patton again. Today seems like he has a lot of good horse. Number 5, 1 and 5. So this horse itself has a good run. I think this is a new jockey, Hamelin, I think. But it's on Happy Valley track, right? So let's take a look at race 6. Yeah, wow, it's a clearly favorite, right? So it's a clear favorite. Looks like a sure win type, of odds for Hong Kong, right? So the next closest one will be 1, right? And yep, this one is paying 1 to 21, but I'm not going to take any chance. Yep, so understandable, right? So this one is pretty close for Zach, and he has 2 kilo advantage over horse number 1, which also just won, right? Let's look at this one, where I capture a good run. So had a good run in Happy Valley this run. Yep. So Happy Valley raced 2 times. ShaTin not very close at all. I think I'll pass this. I'll probably look at 5. This race, right? Again, is a favorite, right? I may not be playing, right? Race 7. All right, let's bring up race 7 and see what's my rating. And okay, so I came with number 5, Diamond King, and also this horse, Golden 4. CW Chang, right? So basically, Zach, this race hasn't run on this distance before, and did have a good run back in back in 2nd of February. Actually, this is the race that I feel a bit interesting, right? Where you look at horses like 7 and 9, right? They swap the rider. So let's look at the odds first before we go into the records, right? So, yep, of course, Zach is favorite, and number 9, okay, is quite a good value, right? So that's 1 to 13. So basically, I think market is thinking, number 7 is worth looking at. So let's look at the record, right? So if I'm not mistaken, I remember this. Yeah, it's ridden by Moreira last time, right? So Moreira has been riding this horse 4 times and not able to win, right? So I suspect they will try to change the rider and see it makes any difference, right? But both are good jockeys. Sometimes lucks matter. And if my handicap indicating this, yep, I'll take a look. But sometimes Black Shin, right, is having a bit of unlucky ride, right? Most of the time, just finish seconds, right? So he has a lot of seconds. You look at this, right? Like 30 seconds, 37 seconds, right, out of this run, right? I don't think anyone can beat him in terms of number 7, getting placing. Another this one, Diamond King. Yep. So, yep, I will look at probably this one. I will look at 5 and also 8, right, as part of my handicap. Yep, another horse I want to take a look is number 3 and number 2. Let's see number 3 and number 2. Number 2 is a front runner, yeah, but it seems like more on a Happy Valley horse, right? I'll pass this one. Number 3. Yep, number 3 is always a Happy Valley, right, and has been racing in all weather track. Yep, it ran pretty well last run. This race I'm not sure, but all right, may just put in my notebook to look at 3, 5 and 8, right? So at the moment I'm putting Zach aside, right? It's not that his horse cannot win. I just feel that I'm trying to look at other options if I have. So race 8. Race 8. Okay, number 6 and number 10 ensemble, right? So this time, I think this is the only time Moreira falls into my recommendation. I think, yep, number 10 will be a good consideration. Race 8, number 10. Yep, not bad, I think. Okay, I'll take a look at what the market is looking at. Yep, it's paying $3 for a unit, so it's favorite for Moreira. I think this is the first horse that fall into my radar for Moreira's horse today. Okay, let's move on to race 9. So this is the horse I will consider. Wow, this is another interesting race, 1000 meter. So I'm watching 2 horses here, right? So number 2 and also number 9, right? So number 2, 1, 2 and 8 it falls into my the timing, the fastest, and the horse form is 1, 2 and 8. So basically horse number 1 got a very good sectional timing, and also number 8, right? So I think if you do not want to consider Moreira important, we can look at 1 and 8, right? So let's look into more details what the market is betting. So 1 is 350, okay, favorite, right? Moreira's paying $5.50, and this is $5, and Burton is 5. So it's pretty balanced, except that the market thinks one is better, right? It's a favorite in the race. Okay, let's go back to look at the records in more details. Yeah. So number 9 here, I think is yeah, it's pretty interesting, right? It's pretty interesting. I don't know why. I think that I don't see any positive part on this horse, but yeah, but it's getting good support. Potentially, it will be Zach riding this horse, and this horse, Hard Conquer. Yeah, is Moreira riding. And for Trust Me, it just won, right? So you see, for this horse, I remember it win easily, right? When Zach riding it the last run, right? So right now they changed to another jockey, and Zach is riding another horse which is not a performer, right? So watch out this kind of arrangement, right? I do not know what's going on here, right? There may be something that we should take note. Right, so in summary, if this race I would like to play, I might consider number 2, Moreira. Right, I think it's at least I do not need to double guess whether this horse or this horse. Right, for one, I think it's a bit his favorite is known, but I don't know. I just try to be a bit cautious with Shin's horse, right? Now go to race number 10. Okay, race number 10. My pick will be, is it number 6? Yep, 6, 9, and also 11. So one horse that I know that caught my attention is number 13, but I think it won 2 times if not mistaken. So number 13, yeah, it won twice, right? So it might not be yeah, but the thing is that now it's a lightweight, right? 1 2 times up in class, might be another option, but again, I think it could be a favorite here. Let's check. Yeah, it's 260, right? So it's a favorite. Yeah. So again, I'll take note on this. I'll take note on this. But this horse, although is it falls into my radar, but just that I don't really feel like playing. Maybe I'll look at number 9. Yep, 550. So it's coming from the back, so it's not too sure what is the running style for today. Let's check later, right? We'll take note. If let's say I see more horses finishing, then I might consider 9 and 9 and also Fantastic Show. So back to the last race. So last race, the final pick is number 2, number 3, and number 4, right? So all green, red, good run. I think last race is pretty clear. I'll just go for number 4. Perfect match. I hope this will bring the new jockey, the first winner, right? So just to recap, race 11 number 4 is what I will be looking at, and maybe fantastic show. It won twice already. So, but I think it might suit this horse, the running style. The horse is in form and lightweight, could win again. Then race number 9. Yep, this one I'll go for Moreira. Number 8. Yep, this is Moreira again. Okay, let me go here. So Moreira, Moreira, Moreira. So I'm 3 Moreira horses. I'm not sure this one. This one will be sack button. Yeah, it should be 3 Moreira horses that I've selected. Just confirm again. No, this is not my pick. Not my pick. Okay, then there's no more. I think that's all for me, and I'll go for this one. Perfect match. All right, I'll just pick it just to track it easily later. All right, that's all for me today. Good luck. I hope you make some money today. See you next week.